Welcome to the Bad Movie Night podcast, covering the worst movies you've never seen. We hope you enjoy listening to Bad Movie Night podcast.
Everybody, welcome back to the Bad Movie Night Podcast. My name is Chris. Tonight, we are in for an exciting time. Somebody's laptop is making noises and restarting, ruining the introduction to the show. And that's okay, because we're going to keep going. And tonight, we're talking about the 2019 action comedy thing, Jurassic Thunder.
Solid trailer there, Chris.
Solid trailer, solid intro. Who the fuck are you anyway? Why are you coming in this show? Like, you just haven't been gone for 3 months.
He's trying to go up another level right now.
Got to get up to the Aaron level.
Okay. Well, that's never going to happen,
I could
but
break
you
your
can keep
arm.
trying. This is an
Working his
interesting.
thighs a little bit more.
I didn't know half of you people were going to be on the show.
I thought Lindsay was out this week.
Yeah, I
No,
thought Lindsay
I was
out.
just out 1 week last
Rebecca,
week.
I thought you were supposed to be out.
I'm
Someone was
out
supposed
next
to be out.
week.
Oh, for the love of Christ! You're out
Again,
next
we
week?
need a fucking calendar. For
I put
God's
it on the
sake.
thread. I put it on the vacation
Yeah, but you know what happens
thread.
with the thread, though? It gets
There's a
cycled to the
vacation
bottom.
thread.
What is Thread? Like the new site thing that Mark
No,
Zuckerberg
Slack.
thing?
No,
It's always been
Slack.
called a
It's
thread.
Zuckerberg's Slack.
All right,
It's like a
whatever.
forum
You know what? I
thread.
don't even give a shit anymore. I'm not waiting for anybody. We're just doing witchcraft without y'all. Okay? I don't care who's here,
All
who's
right,
not.
cool.
I'm
I'm
doing
going
it.
on vacation.
No, I'm
I'm not
sorry.
fucking
We'll
coming
wait.
back.
We'll
for
wait
4
for
months.
you, Rebecca. After next week, are you everybody back normal?
Yes.
I'm back, yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Are we doing Mondays going forward?
Okay,
Is
we
that a
can have this
permanent
conversation
change?
offline. Okay?
I'm just wondering.
No, we must decide
We
this
have the same
now.
conversation
listeners.
every week here.
Whatever, guys. We'll figure it out, or we won't. But it doesn't matter. We are back here tonight talking about a movie that we've already talked about on the show, not the podcast, but on the video show before. But this was Ian's pick from his birthday wheel.
What?
The wheel had chosen
Does that
the
make
J
sense?
Thunder.
That makes what I said
And-
earlier even more funny.
So we'll get into it here. But I'm excited to have everyone back. I hope you guys all had great times in prison, in Seattle, in Jim Belushi. Not in him, but around him. Rebecca, I don't know where you went. Alpaca
I
Farms
was
or
here.
something? You were here last
She
week?
hasn't left yet.
Oh,
She hasn't gone on vacation.
You, me,
yet.
Rebecca, and Thunder Thighs.
Yeah, there were
Was
four of
it?
us, and I was one of them.
I don't remember. Okay, well, I think it was a good episode. But now we're going to have a great episode because tonight we're getting into a little Milko Davis, who we've talked about many times, like I said before, if you're a fan of the old videos Ian and I used to do. But before we get into that, AJ, can you tell me what Jurassic Thunder is about?
Good luck.
I need to hear this.
A bioweapon turns zombie. The only answer is to work with the Russians.
Yeah.
Comrade.
We have the best Russians
Recognize the dinosaurs?
with freaking laser beams.
Will the dinos get the job done?
What job?
Probably not.
I don't have
Will
good
they
dinosaur
become
noises.
extinct? Find out in the 2019 classic that is Jurassic Thunder.
Rated R, because Ian made us watch a movie we've already covered extensively. Thank you, AJ. That was great. You know, I missed having you on the show. Spiv, not so much. But you, like, with the no, I'm just kidding. With the premise whole thing, I was like, damn, I missed that.
Hey,
but we'll see.
I stepped up last week.
Were you here? You were here last week. Okay.
We've established this already. What is wrong with your brain?
I don't know.
Zombie virus.
Don't know.
Too much
virus.
John Belushi weed.
Too much of the Belushi.
Got too
Aaron?
much Belushi inside
Pull
of him.
your head out of John Belushi's hole. Start leading this thing.
He
What?
said it was a suppository, Aaron.
Yeah.
Said you want to get really high, jam this up your butt. And I was like, John Belushi, I'll jam whatever you tell me up my butt. And that's what happened, Aaron.
Wait,
True
John
story.
Belushi or Jim Belushi?
Jim Belushi, John Belushi told you that. You better fucking do it.
Actually, I think his name was Steve Belushi, and he worked at the 7-Eleven, so I don't really know. But anyways, I started stuffing stuff up there. But speaking of stuffing stuff up there, Aaron, let's get into your history hole and get a little context for the movie and the year it was released. So here we go.
All right, Jurassic Thunder. I had exactly 0 time to make a history hole for this, so we're gonna wing it.
Why?
But you could pay your bills.
Got the bills paid. Got some bills paid. Yeah, because I don't give a fuck, Chris. That's why.
Okay,
And you
fair.
keep making me doing this.
All
and I
right,
figured
Smith is moving up. Smith is moving up.
less effort I put into this. The sooner, the sooner I get. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, let's do this
Alright,
the
you know
entire episode. We'll rank people where they're at.
There we go.
No, you're higher than that.
What the fuck? Why am I down here?
You burned through all
That's
your
where we're at
PTO.
right now. This is
Okay,
all your
so-
dirty Jim Belushi stories.
We're moving on up. All right, this movie was released August 24th, 2019 at the BlissFest 333 International Film Festival. The original title was Jurassic Thunder, which is also the
No
current
shit.
title.
Yeah.
Yes. I couldn't find anything
Mind-blowing.
about a budget, but I'm assuming it's pretty small for this film. But we'll get
Smaller
into that
than you
later.
bet, I think.
Well, let me just...
Should we just
Yeah,
let Ian do
anyways.
this history hole? Because he knows everything about this movie?
Yeah.
I don't. I finished watching it again like 5 minutes before we started. I did no research.
All right, never mind.
fine.
I figured
Some
Aaron was on
August-
top of it.
August 24 filmed. August of night. Jesus.
A24.
Christ. This freaking Diet Coke is literally killing me right now. I can't. Don't drink that shit. It's terrible. All right. August 2019 films. We have Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, I forgot they
the
made that.
spin-off.
What is
I forgot
that?
they did that.
Wait, hold on.
It's got The Rock and
Jason
Statham.
Statham.
Can I ask
yeah.
a question?
Really?
Spiv, did you like
Yeah.
that movie?
Hobbs and Shaw. It was okay. It was okay.
Okay.
I haven't seen the new one yet. Fast X.
But you want to?
I will.
Did they go to space?
Okay.
They went to space last movie, Ian.
Oh, okay.
They went to space in the Fiero.
Well, if you're going to go to space, that's what you go in, though. That's pretty badass.
I know.
Badass. Okay.
I wish I was joking.
How do you
other-
breathe in space in a Fiero?
They had-
No, I don't want to know,
How do you
actually. I
breathe
don't want
on
to
Earth
know.
in a fear?
How do you not burn up leaving the atmosphere in a Fiero?
Power
You
of
guys are asking
family.
way
Because
too
it's
many
a
questions.
movie.
Way too many. You have
power of
NOS.
family.
Just use the NOS and
I live my life 1/4 mile of a
They used
time.
Vin Diesel's head as
Yeah.
like a shield, a dome shield.
Yeah. Okay, some other movies from that month are Dora and the Lost City of Gold.
Oh, the Dora the Explorer movie.
Yeah. Scary
Not long ago.
stories. What?
Was that that long ago?
Okay, I wouldn't have watched that because it sounds retarded or ridiculous. Sorry. Oh shit, I said the wrong word.
Why am I at the bottom?
What anymore? This is the worst show. This is off the rails. I have to bleep that now.
This is off the rails. The Peanut Butter Falcon. Scary stories to tell in the dark. The Angry Birds movie too.
I feel like I introduced this thing where you guys climb the ladder and you guys are vying for the bottom instead of the top. It makes no sense.
I'm just not saying anything, and I.
Yeah, you're winning. You're winning.
We also have Angel Has Fallen Overcomer, rather.
Oh,
Overcomer. Jacob's Ladder remake, which I did not watch, but looked
It's
really
pretty
bad.
bad.
Yeah.
It's forgettable. It's not terrible. But it's not great. There's nothing worth seeing.
That's basically it for that month. There wasn't a whole lot else that looked anything interesting. All right, so our director for this was Ian.
Milko Davis.
That's right. Milko Davis. You might not be able to milk him, but he can sure make a movie. He is known for a bunch of different
Can't
things.
get any lower, dude.
And he's from Switzerland, where they have cows, so it makes
You can
perfect
just
sense.
pick him off.
I am trying. I'm trying really hard. All right. So he directed 12 pieces of shit. 12 films. We have things like So Shall You Reap from 1999, Raiders of the Damned, Tsunami,
We got that on DVD over
Yeah.
at Chris's house.
The Jurassic Dead, Curse of the Black Lagoon,
Z-Rex, the Jurassic Dead, has Duke Nukem in it. I'm just saying.
Nice.
Hail to the King, baby.
This movie is a sequel to that one.
Yes.
But he has two
They're not
movies.
related.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, he has two movies this year. He has Ghosters,
man.
Phantom
That
Patrol.
looks cool.
Yep, Chris and I were supposed to be in that one, but Chris is too cool to respond to Milka's email.
Dude, why?
It's 100% accurate. I'm not too cool. I'm just too much of an asshole.
You're supposed to be in that one.
Same thing.
We also have Killer Witches from Outer Space.
Oh, hell yeah. I did not know about that. Let's do that next week. I don't know if it's
We
out.
need to watch that. That sounds so ridiculous.
That's
I'm
after
down.
we finish
Yes.
Witchcraft.
Yes.
But a masterpiece like this also requires a second director, and he is Ian.
Tim?
Close. Tom Marker.
Ah, I knew it.
He's co-directed 3 different things, including this film, The Jurassic Dead, as you had mentioned, and Tsunami. Yep.
I want to see Tsunamis. That looks good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our writer was also Milko Davis. We've just talked about him. All cast and crew for this film. Let's see here. What do we have? Since I'm putting 0 effort into this,
Milko.
music was by Timothy Buckman.
That's who I was thinking of when you asked me for director. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's long.
He's got a couple composer credits. Not really for anything that you might really recognize, though.
A memorable score in this one.
Milko Davis did do the special effects for this. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's his
yeah, yeah,
background.
so
He's
that's
a
what I wanted to
special
get to.
effects guy.
Yeah, he's the prop maker, special effects supervisor, and does special effects. There's quite a few prop makers, puppeteers. I don't know how you use how you're a puppeteer if you're doing 99% CGI, but it works.
There were some.
There's definitely some
There's a
puppet action going on with those
puppet.
dinosaurs.
Yeah. Okay.
I think a lot of it was practical and then CGI
There's
in.
just composited in.
Yeah, composited in.
Okay, interesting. So beyond that, I was trying to find who we're crediting as our cinematographer. There really isn't one.
It's Milko Davis. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. That's great.
Cinematographer
that's
was
really great.
Adobe Premiere.
Great
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else offensive you'd like to blurt out before we move on? No?
We already lost our Diet Coke sponsor.
All right. We got a lot of Patreon bumpers now.
Hell yeah.
So we got Indiana Jones, we got Seinfeld, we got 2 songs, we got Biden, we got Trump.
Oh God.
Any special requests out there tonight? What is your request out there tonight?
Let's do a Duke Nukem version for next time. That's my request.
All right.
I'm just doing. I'm doing
Remember
the
when,
standard.
remember when
Standard.
Aaron was
Nobody-
sick and he sounded like Duke Nukem?
What?
That was cool. That was the
Yeah,
coolest
it's
Aaron
really
look.
cool.
I don't remember that.
All right.
It's like 3 months ago.
All right, I'll do Seinfeld. AJ, thank you, AJ. Get Seinfeld. Here we go.
His choice here.
What's the deal with Patreon? Have you ever noticed how you want more bad movie night, but it just ends every week? Maybe you say to yourself, but I don't want to be a Patreon. And I do have a concern that you may be considering joining the Patreon purely for the jokes. And to that, I say, shut up, you old bag. Join the Patreon now for only $2 a month and get access to the Slack and get your movie on the wheel and some other bonus stuff. What's the deal with all these great things?
Okay, well, I feel like we'll start here tonight talking about the Jurassic Thunder. We'll let Ian introduce it, why he picked this, and all that fun stuff. So, Ian, what'd you think of Jurassic Thunder?
I love Milko Davis's whole energy. Like when people talk about Breen or they talk about that goofball that made the room, like why are we talking about these people? We should be talking about Milko Davis more. He does so much with so little, and it is so ambitious. You know, a lot of people are trying to make a low budget movie. They make it in like one room. They keep it small, but Milko Davis, no, he's just like, I'm doing it all. We got dinosaurs, we got zombies, we got the White House, we got African warlords in the jungle. We're doing it all on no budget.
Sesame cake.
Yeah. So yeah, I love the energy he brings to things.
I hear you. I would argue that Neil Breen and what's his face from The Room, Tommy Wiseau, they're not, or maybe Breen is, but they're not self-aware. Milko Davis, this is everything is self-aware on purpose, fun.
Like I would say, Milko Davis is highly talented. Certainly, he does not have the budget that matches the ambitiousness of the movies he makes.
Yeah,
you know, he's throwing it together with bits and bobs that he can get his hands on, and just look at the number of people on screen in this film. Like, that's not something you do in a low-budget movie as a rule. It's dumb to, quite frankly. But Milko Davis says, no, I don't care if it's dumb. We're doing it anyway.
If you copy Control-C and Control-V in Photoshop, just duplicate some shit right up for it. No, I'm just kidding. No, I hear you, though. No,
but like, if you take out the auction scene in Blood Harvest that we watched last week, there's like 5 people on screen in that whole movie.
Yeah.
And I guess like there's like a diner scene, too. But like, yeah, I mean, there's probably like 300 people that are visible on screen in this movie, which is insane for how scrappy of a film it actually is.
All right, AJ, what'd you think?
I thought it was okay. I feel like it would have been better if there was like some more of like a plot, you know, to follow along with the movie instead of just like
that's fair.
randomly interjecting everything that we think is cool into a bad movie, which is great. I thought the special effects were good. And I thought the movie paced out pretty well when it started and how it moved forward, but it's okay. It's just like you know, it's kind of like he's spoofing like a bad movie in a way that he likes, and I don't know. I'm curious to hear what everyone else has to say about this.
My take on that is that this is a little bit like some of the 90s like action movies that you guys have done that were like directed by like stunt guys or like special effects guys. It's like the story is completely lacking, but they're making up for it with cool effects and shit and cool fight scenes.
Rebecca.
I don't know. This is
Just big sigh.
Dear Lord. Oh my God! If you did that to me, I know I'd be in trouble or something. I don't know.
This band is coming along nicely.
That was.
I like the concept of like the comic book thing, but then once they started it, they never went back to it. Like I thought it was going to be more of the Fred Savage. I can't
Like Princess Bride.
Where like they're going back and forth with the story, but it just kind of went into the comic book and stayed there. So I thought they could have done more with that. I don't know. It was a lot of green screen, but it was funny.
Wait, what?
Because it was self-aware, like making fun of itself, looking at the camera type things. I like those little pieces.
I would wager that whole comic book wraparound was probably added after the fact. Because if you take that out of the movie and out of the credits out, we're like a little over an hour long. And maybe a little bit longer than that, but still, to get it to like an hour and 20, seeming more legit or whatever, they added that 10 minutes there.
I think it really just helped with some of the transitions, too.
True, and it allowed for those comic book transitions, which were pretty cool. Spiv, what'd you think?
This movie, guys.
Too much plot, not enough plot, all at the same time.
I'm sorry, Ian. This movie is trash.
Yes! Yes, it is. And I love it.
Yeah, I mean, for like learning that it's made by a special effects guy, I know how Chris feels now. The special effects were bad.
No.
Like the action movie directed guys that we watched, they at least have cool fight scenes and explosions. I mean, there was
that
so
explosion
much,
was awful.
and there was so much CG. The plot made no sense at all.
I will grant you the plot made no sense.
I think they were trying too hard to make it bad. if that makes sense. Like I enjoy a bad
disagree.
movie where they're trying hard to make a good movie, but the budget's low.
Yeah.
This they said forget it, we're making a terrible movie.
Oh,
And
mean-
they were like, I don't know.
Have you ever seen like the Iron Sky movies or any of those things where like it's kind of like the same exact thing of this, but with a budget so that the polish is there?
For the
And
CG, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, I'll get into it, but that's kind of the vision I get from this. Not that it's
This was
like
this was probably made on 5% of the budget of those movies,
sure.
and those aren't
For sure,
high
for
budget
sure.
movies.
It was absolutely a low budget. It's just there wasn't anything there. I don't know. It did not do anything for me. I had a lot of trouble just watching it and not going off and doing something else.
Gotcha.
So
Lindsay.
I understand this guy put in a lot of work into this, because if he was doing it all himself, I'm sure it was tough. But I could not get into this movie. I don't know what the fuck was going on. I don't know who anybody was or why they were doing what they were doing.
Colonel
There was
Sanders.
no main character or anyone that we followed. We kept getting
Colonel
introduced.
Sanders.
Yeah, that was about the one that I remember. But
and they
we
threw
kept
in so many
getting
dumb jokes.
yeah, we kept getting introduced to new people, and then we'd follow them for a while, and it's like, well, who the fuck are these people? What are they doing? Whose side are they on? And it's just, and then they try to explain what was going on, like the problems with the T-Rexes, that they were gonna turn into zombies, but I had a very hard time watching
Is that
this.
what was happening?
It was
I
so
totally missed that.
I was so bored.
That was the protein issue.
Yeah, the glowing test
something.
tube thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I feel like I have a protein issue, which is why I'm so fat.
and they threw in some jokes. I mean, I did laugh a couple times, but I found some of the lines that they took from other movies. It just felt really cheap to do that. It's like, it's one thing to take something and kind of make it your own, but it's like they just put it in there like, oh hey, you remember Predator? You know, I was just like, I didn't like this movie at all.
Yeah, there's the
right there,
Predator scene.
right there.
Yeah.
They put Tropic Thunder references in there all
Yeah.
over the place,
Oh, even with
and
the
I'm just like, who
Trump
are
dancing
these
and
characters?
shit.
Who are these fucking people? I don't know. What are they doing? I don't know.
Why do I care?
I don't.
Those two guys fight randomly in the middle of it.
Well, he became a zombie.
And I didn't know where
Did he?
anybody
Yes.
was.
Yes.
I knew they were partly in South Africa at one point, but
That was a great fight.
That's
scene.
where the fighting was happening.
for why?
Yeah.
That's where the zombie outbreak was.
The zombie outbreak was in that. Yeah.
There was
Duh,
red
Lindsay.
dots on the map.
It really makes a lot more sense when you watch it the second time.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Oh boy.
So
I'd rather it not make sense.
what's
No.
the temperature of the room here? We talking 1, 2, 3-year band? Where are we at? 5-year band?
Lifetime.
That's big talk from bottom of the pile Spiv down there.
I'm holding you all up.
I think this movie's charming. I think it's fun.
Did
I
we
mean,
talk
if you,
to everybody?
yeah, we talked to everybody,
I
right?
didn't go.
Oh yeah, he's your
Oh,
brother.
jeez. Sorry, Aaron. What'd you
Well,
think?
he's moving people around. He lost
Yeah,
everyone.
sorry. It is hard to
You're
keep
good.
track.
You're all good. This movie made my whole week.
Your whole week. Okay, you enjoyed it.
Pixar didn't happen.
Yeah. No, so I kind of agree with a lot what was said. You know, this is quite ambitious in a lot of ways, and also not so ambitious from a story perspective. It is very confusing, but it's kind of so broken and disorderly that it's fun in a way. I don't know why. I think it just feels kind of zany and off the wall.
Yeah.
Mostly intentionally so, though, but it still works for me. I wasn't bored. I had no idea what's going on. I still don't know what was going on. We start off with a comic book wraparound. We have little bits and pieces thrown in, but the ending doesn't really wrap back out to the comic book store.
Well, after the credits, it does.
Okay, well, I didn't watch that far.
I
Once the
did. I
credits
wasn't
rolled, I'm
going
done.
that far.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm done.
See you, bye.
That would have kind of been a nice little way to wrap it back up, at least to
You had
bring
to
that
watch
together.
Trump dance.
I saw that.
I
Part.
saw that part. Yeah. Yeah, he was disappointing. I think the real guy would have actually been even crazier. That's basically what I have for this. I kind of agree with everybody in a sense. It's a mess. It's sometimes fun. It's ambitious, yet really bad. I don't know. but it's not like a Neil Breen level. It's way more competent in a lot of ways.
I would argue Breen has like a style though. Like we watched 4 of those, and they were all
Okay.
definitely
Breen's style is
Breen
taking him
movies.
as static image and sliding him up and down and jumping.
He jumped.
Stock footage
he
is
really
not a
jumped.
style.
But is it wrong?
Yes, it's horrible.
I don't know. I think you're kind of corrupt.
Isn't that corrupt?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah. Okay.
I think this definitely has a style. I think once you get into the actual movie, not the comic book thing, like there's consistency to this whole thing. From the opening shot, there's a mixture of people with little practical miniatures and a whole bunch of composited CGI stuff in the background or imagery and stuff. And it's like that throughout the whole movie.
There were times when it would be during a fight scene, I couldn't tell what was happening at all. It was so quick and what was that? What the hell was that thing?
It's better not to
like
ask
that.
these
The
questions.
Granny Smith apple of Doom.
The quality of watching it on Daily Motion was
Yeah.
not great.
That's just,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember. I remember.
good point.
I remember seeing a better version at one point.
I have it on DVD. I don't know. I'm with Ian in a lot of ways. I think what's cool is like so many people want to make a movie, but they don't because there's so many limitations and it's hard. And this guy's like, fuck that. I'm going to make it in my garage. And it's not like Neil Breen or anything. This guy knows, I think he's aware of what he's making. He knows it's cheesy and silly and campy. Cause I think like if this was, you made this movie and then you ripped it onto a VHS and then played it back where all the lines got smudged and all the detail got blurred and it was just like this look and you maybe change the coloring, like I don't know, it could be a cheesy fun old movie. Do you know what I mean? Like
If it would have had a coherent
Coherent
plot, I
Yeah.
think would have, because it just killed it for me. It's like I don't know what's happening and I'm fucking bored because people are just
Yeah.
sitting in a
Checked
room
out.
talking
Right.
Yeah.
about
That's fair.
stuff that has nothing to do with what's going on.
yeah,
That's fair.
I think
I just appreciated it because like there's so many dinosaur movies, especially where there's like 3 scenes that have a dinosaur and they're like blurring in the background. Whereas like in this scene, we're like, fuck it, every scene has major CGI action
And I
stuff
did
going
I
on.
did really appreciate that most of the dinosaur, especially the close-ups, was a puppet, a practical
Yeah.
puppet.
Yeah,
I
I
like that a lot.
appreciated that, yeah.
I like that a lot.
The biologics.
I also think a weakness here is one, there's a lot of humor that feels like of a certain time, which is already feeling dated, but
Yeah.
it just didn't land. So
Like all the Colonel Sanders jokes.
now the first one was funny. Sort
Oh,
of.
when the rest is like, oh, chicken. Yeah.
The whole Trump president thing,
Oh,
Yeah.
I laughed
was-
a couple times. I did, but it was just odd.
It was kind of
It was a lot.
And then they
It was
kept
kind of a
going
little bit
back to
refreshing too that like they included Trump as a character, but they also didn't feel the need to either like hold him up on a pedestal or drag him down. Like I didn't get any kind of like political sense from this
They-
movie. That would have been more obnoxious.
They made him
I
into a
think they
buffoon.
dragged him down.
Yeah.
I think
Pretty
they-
sure they were making fun
I
of
think
him.
it was
The
pretty
whole Russian
negative.
thing.
a lot of
They
movies.
talked about the color
That's just like
being off.
that's like very general like pop
True.
culture. Like he felt like a
That
pop
is, yeah.
culture character, not a political entity. Is I guess what I'm trying to say.
Almost
All the
like
pop
in real
culture
life.
Jokes you'll make 'em. Yeah.
But if he was in one scene for a couple jokes, that's one thing. But he was in half of
Yeah.
it.
He had more lines than a lot of the
Yeah.
other characters.
And then
Yeah.
he was Tom Cruise at the end dancing.
And
You
he
gotta
rides
admit,
a
the hologram
dinosaur.
fight was pretty fun, though.
He did have a couple. He had a couple funny lines in here. He did the crane pose. He's like, "You haven't seen
Right.
this since the '80s."
It is weird to me because, like, regardless of the quality, there's a lot of things you have to figure out in order to composite these shots.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what is this footage here versus what are we
they
recording
looked
here? What-
visually pretty cohesive, considering
Exactly.
Yeah.
right. And the costuming was fine. Like, it wasn't amazing, but it fit what they were going for.
Yeah.
But there's so much time put into that stuff, and then
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like not
A
much
lot of
time
effort.
put into a story script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Sean's
acting
right.
was
He said
really
this needs
bad.
Pappy from Planet Raptor. It definitely
Yes.
needed a
Yes.
character like that.
It needs some memorable thing.
And there, and like I said, there was no main character. There was no point of view character that we followed through, and so it was just like you had no idea who was who or
Sir,
what
you need
the
to gently insert all your fingers.
all your fingers. Because it's like, who are we supposed to be rooting for? It's like none of the characters were likable, or
Yeah,
I mean,
they're all
or
pretty
so
dirty.
or so awful that you wanted to like them because
They're
they
all
were
just
good at being
generic.
bad. Yeah.
They're all like the bad guys in Spaceballs. Like they're just these awful idiots. And that's what it feels like.
I'm surrounded by
Assholes.
Yeah.
See, they needed a joke too about Colonel Sanders' like hand being too greasy for the thing to read it or something like that.
Yeah,
Like
there you go.
you could punch this up a little bit.
And there's just so much in every shot with
Yeah.
explosions
Yeah.
and layering of plugins.
awesome.
It's like I can't tell what's happening.
But you guys
well,
like that with what's his
charming.
face's movies?
But he doesn't go this overboard.
This is like this. This is
Don't
like
compare
Stephen
this
Cook
to
or whatever.
Despiser.
Philip J. Cook.
Despiser is
Cook, yeah.
amazing.
A little bit,
compared to this.
but it's like the whole movie.
Yeah.
Well, but also I feel like Philip Cook's stories are more.
yeah,
Yeah.
he gives
Yeah,
the
they
story
make it more
and then he
interesting.
builds
They're
the movie.
they're too complicated almost.
This movie certainly lacks
Sometimes.
heart. I would grant that.
Yeah.
This
Chris.
movie lacks heart or has
It
heart.
it definitely lacks heart.
This movie lacks heart.
Yes. I don't mean in terms of the passion of the filmmaking. That's clearly
That's what-
there.
okay.
I just mean like
Yeah.
the storyline, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no character that you identify with or root for.
There's no storyline that
Yeah.
really sucks you in other than just the ridiculous action.
What's up with the
Yeah.
mask guy?
He's a GI Joe
awesome.
character.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you just ask yourself what would be awesome in this next scene, that's all you need to do to understand this movie.
This is like a 14-year-old
Look at
like
that shot.
pretending to
It's
play
great.
with toys, and this is what he's imagining in his head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the kind of vibe I get.
Hell yeah.
That would be a good wraparound story for something like this.
Actually,
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
and
That was a practical effect right there.
I think if they did go back
Suck
and
it up,
forth,
Oppenheimer.
Between that and Oppenheimer, right?
I think if they did go back and forth between the comic book story and the comic book shop
would have
story,
helped,
it would have added some context to what was going on.
Yeah.
And they had the
I
opportunity.
really hated the comic book
Yeah,
story.
I hated the
It
comic
was
book stuff.
awful. It was terrible.
It felt very rushed because the lighting was terrible. Like they didn't light it or anything. It was like the acting
I
was the
assumed that
worst in the
was-
movie.
I assumed that was Milko's comic book store.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
No? I didn't know
know,
anything
Milk-
about Milko at the time.
Maybe,
so-
maybe he shops there. I don't know.
Yeah, Spiff. Why are you?
Iron
Why are you
Lion.
assuming, Spiff? You know what happens when you assume.
Oh, you know
Make
it,
an
Chris.
ass out of you, May.
But like, the acting in this movie, I think it's pretty fun.
It's
like
fun.
all the other
It's
people
terrible.
besides the comic book stuff.
Yes,
I thought
it's
like
terrible.
they're like going for it though in a silly way. It's not
Goofy
like
Russian accents were fun.
I
Yeah.
like when they like lose their accents though. It's fun. You're like, wait.
I want to know if
think
that
the
was
main Russian
actual
trick was
Russian,
French.
like if that was accurate.
Oh, if they were actually speaking Russian?
no idea.
No
It
idea.
sounded like they were.
Let's
Let's use Google Translate.
Yeah.
I like the guy just eating Twizzlers the whole movie.
But what were they
That's
called?
Spy.
What were they called? They were called something else.
Boris and
called
Natasha,
Twizzlers?
right? Oh, that's Candy. Was
called
It felt
Abbott
like
Costello.
this whole movie feels like a cutscene from Command and Conquer,
Yeah.
right? You know what I mean?
Look,
Shitty, like a
Looks
shitty
like it.
Yeah,
expansion
that's very
pack.
fair. Like a shitty expansion pack.
Command and Conquer Zombies.
It's the DLC you don't want to play.
Dude, Command and Conquer Zombies, that'd be pretty cool. Let's go check out a little of this Trump.
Do you know them, Mr. President?
Who?
The Russians.
Where?
И только встретились на прошлой неделе.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right here, sir.
What's your point, Colonel?
See, that's like obviously a joke about Russian collusion back in the day or whatever.
Yeah.
But it wasn't funny. It's just not
Yeah.
the,
It was
the
just
delivery.
awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like Spiv, tell a joke.
It won't be funny, Chris. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Anything else, guys? I got little to nothing.
My favorite
got
ongoing
names.
bit on this second watch through was just the nonchalant use of cigars everywhere. Just like
That
people
African
pretending to
warlord
smoke
guy
them
always
that were
has,
not even lit, and the one guy like popping one in his mouth before jumping out of the plane. That was, I don't know, that was
It's an
like a
homage
little
to
bit.
the 80s and a little bit of Predator and other stuff.
Yeah.
There's so many.
Yeah, that's
There's
Tropic Thunder too.
Yeah, there were strong Tropic Thunder.
Oh, yeah.
we have the Top Gun scene.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. That sucks.
That's some awesome shit right there.
Should have been all that.
I think
It's the
I think we
freeway
messed
to the
up, Chris.
danger zone, Aaron. Freeway to the danger zone.
The underpass.
Turnpike.
We messed up, Chris. We should have made them watch Z-Rex The Jurassic Dead, which is way worse, before watching this one, because then they'd appreciate this one.
I mean, I appreciated Z-Rex. You didn't even like that one.
Z-Rex did have a better through line of the story. It's just one of those movies where you hate all the characters, even as you get to know them better than in this movie, but they're just all awful. So, yeah, I just love that
A
one.
lot like the Bad Movie Night podcast. See, I told you it wouldn't be funny.
No, it definitely wasn't that funny. Let's check out another.
Really? Does it have to be John? What? He's a misogynistic jack? Oh, and we're live from Capitol Hill.
Was her name Nancy Letitz?
Yeah, I just noticed that now. I didn't notice that when I watched it.
Nancy Letitz. Aaron, that was what. Never mind.
That was not my nickname in high school. Thank you very much.
That was your girlfriend
Middle school.
in high school.
She went to a different school. You wouldn't know her.
So, okay, so you guys enjoy something like this more than Witchcraft?
No, not at all.
Really?
Which is
not as
Witchcraft.
This is not as much fun to talk about as Witchcraft, but
not as much
Witchcraft
fun to
is
talk
more
about.
painful to watch by yourself.
I don't think so.
No. At least Witchcraft has a plot. You know, it's
Yeah.
there's
bullshit.
a lot of interrupting scenes to that plot. but
Spiff,
it
would you
has a
say that
plot.
you watch Witchcraft for the plot?
Well, if I want to, I can watch it on Tubi. Yeah, this one didn't have a plot. Like 15 minutes in, I was like, doing
Zombie
other stuff.
virus,
Or was there
dinosaurs
too
from
much plot
Russia.
that you couldn't keep up?
Where did Russia get the dinosaurs from? What the fuck?
See,
They
but they
trained them.
They grew them.
Don't
See, I
ask
do think
hard questions.
Why
I do
they
think
have
like
chain guns?
this could so be easily solved because like all the movies it's homaging are like very simple plots, like Commando
Yeah.
and Predator and shit like
yeah.
that. Where it's just
Yeah.
like, why couldn't they just need the barest of bones on this thing, and then they could have filled it with action scenes? But instead, it's just like nothing. It's all non sequiturs, is what it feels like.
More focus on character development and character relationships could have really done a lot for this. I'll grant you.
Or even just the plot.
Yeah.
Plot would be good. They
Just
had
a bunch
Give
of-
me the plot and give me
premise.
fake Arnold Schwarzenegger. Then
Yeah.
Just a bunch of commandos broing down. That would have been
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, they dropped the T-Rexes. The T-Rexes go berserk.
And
have
they got to
go
send in the
and
team
take
to
them
kill
down,
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That'd be
it.
cool.
That's all you need.
See,
that sounds
Yeah.
bad fucking ass.
It does sound.
And
bad.
that may have fucking happened in this movie, but I don't know. That may have happened.
Yeah.
That was a deleted scene.
Maybe
Aaron,
we
what were
need
you
to
gonna
get
say?
Milko Davis signed up to do Witchcraft 18.
No, we're doing Witchcraft 18.
is it gonna have
fine.
dinosaurs?
Maybe
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
it's not a fucking. That's a pretty good AJ.
Bring in
That would be
Milko
the
to do
only thing
special
left.
effects.
It's gotta be Witchcraft
No code to
Year
do the
Zero.
special effects.
The reboot.
Yeah, it's the reboot Witchcraft
We'll
Year
hire
Zero.
Nancy
Year
Letitz
Zero.
to find the boobs.
Did you say Nancy Letitz?
We'll hire her to go find the boobs because we're gonna need that for Witchcraft.
Oh, we'll
I'll
find
get a
boobs
closet rod at Home Depot so we can have the final battle. Blattle.
Spiv, you dig the hole so we can also have the final battle,
Yeah.
Okay.
and we're pretty much set.
Rebecca, you need to memorize 3 lines from a Shakespeare story, and we're going to use that over and over again.
Do,
And Ian,
King
I need you to go, I am lawyer, and let's just see you audition right now.
AJ, scope out
I want AJ to do it. It is I, lawyer.
You guys scope out some dirty ass basements for us.
Oh, AJ's perfect because he's in one.
Floor.
And kitchens.
Film the whole thing in
I'm
Harrisburg.
not convinced he's not in a prison still.
Ian, you could be in the movie, but you got to fuck a celery or something like that.
What?
That got weird.
Witchcraft was that?
That's pretty funny.
I'm sorry, did I say fuck? I mean, get fucked by a celery.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Okay.
A dinosaur is going to be holding it. It'll be interesting.
All right. Well, on that note, anything else with the Jurassic Dead? I mean, I do have one question.
Jurassic Thunder.
Whatever. Ian, why did you make us watch a movie we already covered on the show?
I honestly thought some of these folks would have really liked it.
Yeah, I actually thought they would have liked it more than they did.
I threw together that wheel like 10 minutes before everybody got on. I'm just like, I had a movie I wanted to do, and I think we all would have loved, but apparently the screeners weren't even available yet.
We can do it when it comes out if you want.
Yeah. We're coming back around to Caddy Hack. That's happening. But
so
I'm like,
that actually does look fun.
I quick threw together a wheel. I just had to think of things, and I hadn't seen all the movies on it, but I honestly thought I didn't think everybody would like it. I knew some people would be calling for a ban. I knew there'd be both too much and not enough plot for Spiv at the same time. But I thought we'd bring along a couple, and I'm a little disappointed.
Okay. Yeah, I hear you. All right, AJ, would you recommend the Jurassic Thunder?
No, I don't think it's my thing.
Okay. Rebecca?
No, I don't think it has enough redeeming qualities.
No, we're not talking about Aaron. We're talking about Aaron, what'd you think? Would you recommend this shit?
Maybe. If you're into the whole CGI, like 100% CGI movie thing, or you like dinosaurs, you might enjoy this. It's a mess, but I didn't hate it.
Okay. Lindsay, you love dinosaurs, and you didn't like this?
I didn't. And it's, I mean, the dinosaurs were cool. There was the puppet one. I liked the puppet, but just
not enough dino DNA.
Such nonsensical scenes and not knowing what was going on, or just all these new characters popping up over and over and over again. It was just a hot mess, and I would not recommend it.
All right. All the Patreon movies are gone from the wheel because I accidentally cleared my stuff. So, Sean, if you're out there listening, buddy, is there a way, if you have the list, that you can give me the list?
We're doing the Ian wheel for next week, too.
No, fuck that. All right, Ian, would you recommend this?
Yeah, this is my kind of bad movie. Like, there's so many out there that are so much more insufferable than this, or at least for my take. Like last week's movie, Blood Harvest, if you take the boobs out of the movie, there's no redeeming qualities to that. Like, this is a way more
Tiny Tim in a clown costume.
Did you watch this thing?
No, I didn't.
No, he didn't.
You gotta
But
watch
with
it.
this, like, this movie is trying to do so much with so little. I respect the hell out of it. Worth a watch.
Spiff.
Yeah, it's a solid no from me.
The no for you, dog?
Solid.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's
Put them
kind
all
of
on
fun.
the bottom.
I think it's pretty fun. I don't think it's the same fun as a movie that's trying to be good and is bad.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not also good like Velocipaster is, where it's self-aware. It's just, it's fine. It's fun. It's got its moments. But yeah. I saw it once before. I didn't need to see it again. I'll say that. I enjoyed it the first time too. I didn't enjoy it as much this time. All right. That's it for Jurassic Thunder. Rebecca,
Yeah,
do we have a game?
we do indeed.
All right, then here we go.
Game time, baby.
Your theories are the worst kind. Try your best and sloppy, and your conclusions are highly questionable. Shall we play?
Hold on. Why isn't that? There it
World
is.
of comic books.
Ooh.
Let's see what we got.
Sounds fun.
When was the first comic book published? What year?
1940.
44.
42.
No,
I'm gonna say-
For that.
1876.
1942.
1907.
The Bible.
Batman started in the 30s. I'm
Who's
gonna go
Detective Comics?
1912.
It was. Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
No, fine. Whatever.
There's
I'm
too many
used to
people.
it.
I thought everyone answered. 1897.
97, 1997. That's what I said.
And there it is. The yellow kid in McFadden's flats.
Okay. Crossing over from the
man.
newspapers.
We should
Spiv,
make
you
a
probably
McFadden's
have the original
Flats
version of
movie.
that, don't you?
Dude, Spiv, you would play a perfect McFadden flat. Look at him. He looks like you.
And that
He's
was
the yellow
50
kid.
cents in 1897. I feel like that's expensive.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
I'm seeing some racist stereotypes here, guys.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, is he supposed to be Asian? I didn't realize. I thought it was okay.
The Yellow Kid was originally from political cartoons of the era.
According to polls, which superhero is most popular? Is it Captain America, Superman, Spider-Man, or Batman?
Is this U.S. or is
Spider-Man.
this worldwide?
This
Doesn't
is
matter.
US.
Spider-Man.
U.S.
Batman. Batman's.
It's got to be Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's the coolest.
It's gonna be Spider-Man.
What? All the other ones are lame besides Batman.
It's
I
gonna be
don't necessarily
Spider-Man.
disagree, but Spider-Man has more appeal for children.
Yeah. Everyone can see himself as Spider-Man.
Plus, no one cared about Captain America before the movies.
And no one still does.
It is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Lame.
Makes sense.
That's lame.
If you have Superman #1, how much money are you gonna get for it?
A lot.
A bajillion.
10.5 million.
20,000.
1.5 million.
It was 10 cents originally. You'll now get $731,000.
Wow.
Not bad.
How many different suits does Iron Man have?
Oh.
All of them.
30. He's got a lot.
He's got a black one and a gold one.
I'm gonna say 3.
I'm going to go 131.
I'm gonna say like 36.
I'm gonna say 6.
Chris?
Sorry, I'm adding the wheel.
We've got 50 different Iron Man suits.
Yikes.
Do they all do the same
There's-
shit though?
Disco Iron Man.
All got different tech built into them.
Yeah, it depends on what you need it to do. I think he's got some that are like bigger too. Some of the pictures.
Hulk busting armor.
Yeah. What's the name for these symbols used to censor curse words? Are they jarns, quimps, niddles, or grawlixes?
Ah.
I want to say
I'm gonna go
levels.
Grawlix.
Quimps. B.
Grawlixes.
Grawlix.
Good old fashioned Grawlix.
So those are all symbols used. These specific ones are jarns. You can see an example. Whoop, whoop. See an example.
Oh yeah, there they are.
Yeah.
That's cool.
In what year was the Comics Code Authority created?
We're in the 50s.
I don't even know what he's
52?
1950.
I'm going to go 57.
Yeah, we'll say 50s.
1940.
54.
It was, 1954. And that's what the original code said. So they thought they were getting too violent, too out of control.
Code.
So they had to rein everything in. So this has since lagged a little bit, but no cannibalism allowed. What's the real name of comic book guy from The Simpsons? Is he
Aaron.
Stephen Markson, Jeffrey Albertson, Martin Jacobson, or Harold Jameson?
It's a good thing Aaron's on mute.
Harold Jameson.
Chris, you can go
idea.
fuck yourself.
Ah, brother.
Pretty funny.
Stephen Markson.
What?
Is-
Jeffrey.
Harold.
It is Jeffrey Albertson.
Shocked Aaron knew that.
Oh, shit. Self-burn right there.
The
Okay.
best-selling single comic of all time is from which series? Batman, X-Men, Superman, or Spider-Man?
X-Men.
Superman when he gets
Spider-Man.
killed, right?
Batman.
Superman getting killed.
Spider-Man.
It is X-Men.
Oh.
Since 1991,
X-Men's
X-Men number
awesome.
1 has sold 8.2 million copies.
Holy crap.
Wow.
X-Men.
So do they
X-Men's
reissue
only
them?
awesome because that cartoon was badass.
Yeah, that's part of the reason. And the games were badass
The
too.
game's pretty cool.
Do they reissue them over time, periodically, for certain ones?
It seems like you can still buy them because
Yeah.
the number they said as of right now, so it must still be going up.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, shit, there's more. Okay. Time to move on and do some listener feedback. Thank you, Rebecca.
Yep.
I suggest we read some listener feedback, sir.
Make it so, number one.
Emails. You tiny little emails. You precious little emails. Where are you?
Last week, the group checked out Blood Harvest from 1987.
What was your favorite part, Spiv?
I didn't see it yet, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Did you watch the other movies that you missed?
You're not going to watch it.
I've marked all the ones I missed. I need to watch 6.
You had all that extra time last week.
God.
Six. You better start
What-
moving.
I better start.
Can you go through your list that you were what
And I
what is
missed?
on your?
Oh,
There's
let's
more
see
that
here.
he's missed than he's seen.
Mansquito.
Fuck
You have to
me,
watch
man.
that for
You
that.
gotta fucking watch Mansquito, man.
Rocktopusy.
Nah.
You'll need to watch that too.
Pass Through.
Yes.
Yes.
Cementerio del Terror.
It's pretty. Yeah.
The Divine Enforcer.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
And last week's movie, Blood Harvest.
Don't bother.
You need to watch it.
You at least gotta watch Mansquito.
I figured that's a fast-tracked movie of the year, right?
Fast track movie of
Fast
the
track.
fucking year. You don't call a movie Mansquito and not get movie of the year. I'll tell you
Exactly.
what.
Unless there's
This
no
is a decade.
mosquitoes in it.
Oh,
Dava
there's-
Black.
There's none. There's Mansquitoes.
There's Mansquitos.
Are there women squitoes?
No
No.
Mansquitos.
Yes.
Save
Sort
for the
of.
sequel. Mosquito.
Home Sweet
Dava
Home.
Black.
Okay, go.
For me, the fun was watching Tiny Tim be in a horror movie. It's probably because I'm older than you guys. And just had more cultural reference for him. So seeing the quirky, cutesy Tiny Tim in a disturbingly perverted horror movie was a novelty for me.
Just,
How much older are you, Dava?
So it's a generational thing.
I was too busy tiptoeing through the tulips.
He didn't seem like out of place. You know what I mean? So it
Tiny
didn't seem
Tim
weird.
was not
to
the
me.
problem with the film.
Well, I'm just saying, he seemed. I don't know. It didn't seem weird that he was in it either. So I don't know.
I think because everybody just was used to him.
Yeah, I guess.
Alternate title, Pervert Harvest and the unsurprising villain twist that we all saw coming.
That's pretty good.
Taylor Ann, alternate title, Night of the Really, Really, Really Creepy Creeper.
Who, Gary?
Gary.
Gary.
All right. Is that it?
No, Marilyn Knepper. The movie is okay, but could have been better. Focus on the closing of the farms for the motivation. Either the siege idea or just one really obsessed farmer who wants revenge for losing everything to a bad crop and greedy corporate land developers.
Yeah.
And the farm's
That's
on an
fair.
Indian burial ground. No. Jason Case, I recall this stinker being reviewed on Second Class Cinema. I don't know what you're talking about, Jason.
Is that a podcast or a show?
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's some local thing. That does it for listener feedback on Blood Harvest. If you want me to read your comments on this pile of trash Jurassic Thunder, you have to leave it on our YouTubes.
And hope Spiv shows up next week.
And hope that I remember that the podcast is Monday from now on.
Maybe not next week.
Until next week.
Maybe not next week.
Spiv, thank you for
Chris.
that. I really missed your awkwardness. And
It just comes
all that.
naturally.
Yeah, I
Nobody
know it
reads
does.
it like you.
No one can make it as awkward as you can, and that's what we
Sultry.
appreciate
why I'm
about
here.
you.
That's why I'm at the bottom.
Guys, this fucking wheel is so fucking packed full of shit. I don't even know what happened.
Oh yeah, I want to watch some of these.
Where's the finger?
This lands on Dead Sushi. I'm definitely here next week. I don't care who's showing up.
There. There's fingernails.
Holy crap. Okay.
That's a lot of stuff.
The first Warlock movie's on here?
Yeah.
What? That movie's
Saving
too
that for
good.
after.
Are we ready?
Witchcraft?
Do it.
I'm ready. Ooh, it spins much faster now.
Lay's potato chips?
It's a thing.
It's fingernails.
Okay.
If it lands on that, then we get to pick.
Obviously.
No way.
Oh, shit.
Just got requested.
Wow.
2 more over and we could have watched Transient. Oh, well. All right. What is this? Warlock from... It's got Julian Sands, R.I.P.
Rest in peace. So sad.
1989 when Warlock came out. But this is a legit
This
movie.
is a series.
I've seen this before a long time ago. I don't really
is like
remember
a real
but
movie,
there's a
right?
bunch of them. Yeah.
Maybe we should just skip the rest of Witchcraft and just watch the Warlock series.
No,
instead.
Eric, don't get crazy here.
Why not?
Because you love Witchcraft.
Give me a good reason.
We gotta
It's like
finish
a-
what we started.
It's like a
Because
STD
he
that just keeps
uses
coming back. It
powers.
gets under control and it just keeps coming back.
I don't have a lot of experience with that. I'm sorry.
Well,
If I haven't seen more than 2 Witchcraft movies, will I even understand the Warlock movies?
Oh, this
It
is a
won't matter.
real,
They're unrelated.
Real company here too.
oh my God.
Oh
this
boy,
looks
production values.
so good.
Fear and suspicion.
Choose to admit your crimes before man.
Oh, it's Mr. Pitt.
It's Mr. Pitt.
Things. I'm gonna skip ahead.
The face of an angel.
Channel me.
Spiv, they're talking about you.
Dildo.
It's pretty dreamy there.
Oh my God,
He's
that's
so
called
good in
acting.
this. He's so
Carmina
good in
Burana
this.
in there.
All
This
right,
is gonna be
so
awesome.
this first one's gonna be great, but
that's what's her
I think
face.
yeah, what's her face? Famous actress, what's her face?
Yeah.
She's my favorite in that movie.
She's in Ghostbusters.
Really?
No. No.
No.
What are you talking about?
What
Yeah,
is
what
she
are you
in?
talking
She's
about?
like the main character in something.
Ghostbusters?
It's not Sigourney Weaver, dude.
Spiv, I don't know what you're doing. You come back from Seattle. You're violent now, throwing things. I don't know what happened to you.
I'm finding out who this
Where's
is.
your flannel, man?
Yeah, no flannel,
It's Laurie
not even shaved.
Singer
Laurie Singer.
from fucking Footloose.
Footloose.
Did she dance in this? I've never seen
What did
Warlock.
you say it was, Spiv? What movie did you think it was?
It's something around this
Ghostbusters.
same time.
Ghostbusters. No. Anyways, that's what we're watching next week. Warlock. Does anyone know where this is available? It's probably available on Tubi.
That's a good question.
But
I think
Yeah, it's
all of
available.
them are on Tubi.
oh hell yeah, there's like what 4 of them?
There's at least
Did it-
3.
They all star Julian Sands.
He's in at least the first 2. He might be in the third one too. I'm not sure though.
Oh, sweet, sweet. I'm looking forward to this actually. This will be fun.
Yeah, they're on Tubi.
Okay, cool. Ian, thanks for joining us on your birthday.
No problem. Happy to do it.
Happy birthday.
Happy
What did
birthday.
you,
Happy
what did you ask for
birthday.
your birthday?
Yeah.
I asked for everybody to watch Jurassic Thunder.
Done.
We did it.
Yeah.
This time
There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
give you a gift.
Yeah.
Happy fucking birthday.
Was this at least better than Hard Rock Zombies?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
I
a low
can't
bar.
say.
I really don't.
Shut up, Spiv. Are you fucking kidding me?
This didn't have a zombie Hitler in it.
Almost.
That almost
It
made
had
up for
zombie
that
Trump.
Hard Rock
Or it had
Zombies.
Trump. It's close.
Trump riding away on a
hologram
T-Rex.
I don't know. No, this is 100 times better than that for me. All right, that's it, guys. Next week, Warlock from 1989. That's what we're watching. Join us or don't. I don't know who's going to be here on the show anyway, so it don't matter. We'll find out next week. Rebecca
not.
wasn't even here last week, and she's gaslighting me saying she was, so who the fuck knows? But we're going to do it next week when we watch Warlock. Thank you, and goodbye.
Bad Movie Night Podcast. Podcast. We hope you enjoy listening to Bad Movie Night.